Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at vision boards. Now, most of us, I think, have a basic idea, right? Pictures, things you want. But we've been digging into how to actually make them, well, work.
And it turns out there's maybe a bit more to it than just grabbing some old magazines and glue.
That's absolutely right. Yeah, a lot of people see it as, a fun craft project, a bit of creative time. And look, the visual part is important.
Sure.
But what we found is that a really effective vision board, it's actually more of a strategic tool. So our mission today really is to get past that surface level.
Okay.
And give you a proper understanding of how you can build one that genuinely helps you move towards your aspirations.
Okay, sounds good. So let's start right at the beginning then. What exactly is a vision board in practical terms?
Well, fundamentally, think of it as a visual map of your ambitions, your goals, your dreams, what you're aiming for.
Right.
And this could be, a physical thing like a cork board maybe with pictures and words pinned on.
Yep, seen those. Or it could be digital, like a collage you make on Canva maybe, or even just a curated Pinterest board. The core idea, the principle behind it, is training your brain, training it to focus consistently on these desired outcomes, these things you want, which interestingly can help shift your focus away from, say, fears or obstacles and more towards the possibilities.
A visual reminder that kind of nudges your brain.
I like that.
But, well, we've probably all seen them, maybe even made one, that didn't exactly transform everything overnight.
Oh, definitely.
But what's the difference? What separates a vision board that actually, helps from one that just gathers dust?
Yeah, that really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? A truly powerful vision board isn't just a random collection of nice pictures.
Okay.
It's the result of a pretty thoughtful process. And we've actually identified a series of steps that seem to make the difference. Steps that can turn it from just a passive wish list into something, more dynamic, a tool for getting things done.
All right, let's get into that process then. Step one seems to be all about clarity, getting really, really clear on what you want.
Absolutely fundamental. Before you even think about pictures or, where you'll hang it,
Right.
You need a solid grasp of your goals,
Right.
And not just vague ideas. It takes some real time to reflect, to drill down. What do you want to achieve?
In different areas of life, you mean?
Exactly. Think about different time frames too. Like, where do you want to be in 6 months, a year, maybe even 5 years out?
Yeah.
Consider your career, obviously, but also health, relationships, maybe personal growth,
Right.
all those key areas.
And it's not just enough to think about these things. You mentioned writing them down.
Yes, that's crucial. Actually, writing the goals down, it makes them feel more concrete, less like just, thoughts floating around.
But it solidifies them.
Precisely. And that written list, that becomes your blueprint, the foundation for the whole vision board.
Okay, step one, clarity, write it down. Step two then moves to emotional connection.
Yeah.
How important is that?
Oh, this is critical. This is where it gets really powerful, I think. Visualization isn't only about seeing something. It's about feeling it. The images, the words you pick, they need to resonate deep down. They should spark something in you. Excitement, maybe joy, or that sense of, yes, this is possible.
Can you give an example? Like, how do you make sure it's emotional and not just aspirational?
Sure. So let's say a goal is improving your fitness.
Okay.
Instead of just sticking a picture of a super fit model on there, someone you don't even know,
Right.
maybe find a photo of yourself, a time you were really enjoying being active, maybe hiking or dancing, whatever it is, and you look genuinely happy.
I see. More personal.
Exactly. Or perhaps it's a picture of a really healthy meal that just looks incredibly appealing to you, makes you feel good looking at it. That personal tie-in, the positive feeling linked to that specific image. That's the motivator. It connects you to the why behind the goal.
That makes a huge difference. Not just wanting it, but feeling what it's like. Okay, step three then. Specificity and realism.
Precisely. Look, big dreams are great, essential even, but vague goals, they're hard for your brain to latch onto, You need clear targets, well-defined.
So instead of just get rich.
Right. That's way too vague. A much better goal might be, say, earn $5,000 a month doing work I find fulfilling. Or instead of be famous.
Which can mean anything.
Exactly. Try something like grow my YouTube channel to 50,000 subscribers by creating content that empowers people. See the difference. Specificity gives your subconscious a clear destination.
And the realism part, does that mean aiming low?
Not necessarily aiming low, no. It's more about making the goal feel believable to you right now. And specificity helps with that.
How so?
Because when you get specific, you naturally start thinking about the how, the steps involved. And that makes the goal feel more tangible, less like some distant fantasy. It's about stretching yourself, sure, but not setting yourself up for feeling totally overwhelmed right away.
Got it. Believable stretch goals. Okay, step four, format. Physical board, digital board. Pros and cons.
Yeah, both definitely have their advantages. A physical board, it's there, it's tangible, it's a constant physical reminder.
Right.
And actually, the process of making it, the cutting, sticking, arranging that can be quite mindful, quite engaging in itself.
True.
But then digital boards, they offer amazing convenience, accessibility. You can easily make it your phone background, your computer wallpaper.
See it all the time.
Exactly, multiple times a day without even trying. And tools like Canva, Notion, Pinterest, they give you loads of design flexibility. Really, the best format is just the one you'll actually look at and engage with consistently.
Which leads neatly into step 5, strategic placement. Where you put it matters a lot.
Oh, absolutely. You need to put your vision board somewhere you will genuinely see it often, ideally every single day.
Like where?
Well, maybe on your desk where you work, or next to your bed first thing you see. Bathroom mirror works for some people. Or, like we said, that phone lock screen. The logic is simple. Repetition. The more you see it, the more you're reinforcing those goals, those desired outcomes in your subconscious mind. It's like running a positive program again and again.
Right, embedding it. Okay, and the final step, number 6, regular review and reflection. So it's not a set it and forget it kind of deal.
Definitely not. No, a vision board should be a living document almost, something that evolves with you.
Right.
We really recommend setting aside a little time each week. It doesn't have to be long, maybe just 5 minutes.
Okay.
Use that time to consciously look at your board, reconnect with the feelings those images bring up, remind yourself why you put them there, what your intention is.
And check if things have changed.
Exactly. It's also the perfect time to check in. Do these goals still feel right? Are they still aligned with where you are now? Maybe you need to tweak something, update an image. That regular check-in keeps it active, keeps it relevant to your actual journey.
This lays out a really clear, practical process. But going back to what we said earlier, if it's this straightforward, why do so many people find their vision boards just don't lead anywhere? Why do they fall short?
Yeah, that's a really crucial point to address. I think the most common pitfall, the biggest reason they fail, is people confuse making the board with doing the work.
Ah, okay. They think that creation is the action.
Precisely. They see the board as the magic solution itself rather than what it is. A tool, a guide.
So the vision board is maybe more like a map or a GPS, not the car itself.
That's a great analogy. Exactly. Your vision board sets the destination. It helps you stay oriented, pointed in the right direction.
Right.
But you still have to drive the car. You have to take the actions, steer the ship, trim the sails, navigate the actual journey. You need to be taking consistent, concrete steps that move you towards that vision.
That makes complete sense. So it's the combination then. The internal focus from the board plus the external action you take?
Spot on. It's that synergy. Pairing the inspiration, the clarity, the emotional connection from your board, pairing that with consistent effort in the real world.
Even small steps.
Especially small steps. It's often not about grand gestures. It's about those small, consistent actions, day in, day out. That's how you bridge the gap between the vision you've created and the reality you want to live. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Just start taking those steps.
This has really shifted my perspective on vision boards. Okay, so for someone listening who's maybe never made one, what's the number one piece of advice to just get started?
Honestly, the absolute first thing is carve out some quiet time just for you, for some honest reflection, and start writing down those goals.
Back to step 1.
Back to step 1. Get specific. What do you really want in those different life areas? That clarity. It's the bedrock. You can't build an effective board without it.
And what about someone who maybe made one ages ago? It's stuck in a drawer, perhaps.
Ah, yes, the forgotten vision board. I'd say definitely pull it out, dust it off, and look at it again. But this time, use the lens we've talked about today.
Okay.
Ask yourself, does it still spark that strong emotion? Are the goals clear, specific? Is it somewhere I could actually see it regularly? By revisiting it, maybe refining it with that clarity, that emotion, that intention, you can absolutely reactivate its power, make it a much more potent tool. Because ultimately, that's where the magic lies, if you want to call it that. It's in integrating the power of your focused visualization with committed, consistent, real-world action. It's aligning your inner world, your focus, your feelings with your outer efforts to actually bring those aspirations into being.
Aligning inner focus with outer effort. That's a really powerful thought to end on. Thanks. This has been fascinating. And for you listening, maybe now is the moment. Time to not just dream, perhaps, but to visualize with intention. And then take that first step. What small action could you take today towards one of